We are here at the Frontier Securities annual investment conference in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, and I'm joined by Eric Landheer from the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. Mr. Landheer, we all know that Mongolian Mining Corporation had a very successful IPO in Hong Kong. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Have you learned any lessons from it, or how was the process?
Well, I think that it really demonstrated that Hong Kong investors, in particular the local investors, but also the international and institutional investors that are in Hong Kong, have a strong appetite for the Mongolian growth story, whether that be on the commodities side or whether it be on the side supporting the commodities and the growth of the economy here in Mongolia as a whole. Okay. So I think that showed their demonstration of their commitment to Mongolia, of their interest in investing in Mongolia, and Mongolia as an overall growth story.
Okay. Why do you think companies from Mongolia should list in Hong Kong? Are there any specific advantages why they should list in Hong Kong over other exchanges?
Yeah, I feel that Hong Kong is uniquely positioned to serve as a true platform for companies from Mongolia to list. In Hong Kong, in many ways, I believe, is the financial center for Asia right now. And I believe that it offers a unique proposition in terms of its liquidity, in terms of its diverse institutional investor base, as well as its retail investor base, the ability to absorb extremely large fund offerings, the liquidity that it presents for companies that are seeking to raise capital in Hong Kong. And I think all of these factors are virtually unmatched by any other Asian exchange, and I would say by any exchange around the globe to date.
So are there any regulatory issues that come up regularly when Mongolian companies try to list? Are there some obstacles that you often see that they?
Well, I'd say one of the major obstacles, obviously, is that companies have to demonstrate a very strong accounting background, the audited financials, the track record that they need to experience or put in place to demonstrate to investors. In addition to that, currently we recognize 22 jurisdictions. Right now, Mongolia is not one of those, although I know it's something that we're looking at. And so we feel that companies that go through the process, that hire the right advisors to go through this entire process, are going to be able to raise capital in Hong Kong and to raise it very successfully.
Okay. So as you traveled all the way out here, obviously you must think that it's a great opportunity also for the Hong Kong exchange, right? So how do you see this in the future from the stock market's perspective? How many?
Well, I can't speak in terms of the overall stock market's perspective. What I can tell you is that we are extremely interested in Mongolia and in attracting Mongolian companies, quality Mongolian companies, to list in Hong Kong. This is actually my 5th trip to Mongolia since February. Okay. So I feel like I've been spending more time here, and in reality more time here than any other place, maybe perhaps other than Hong Kong. I've done a lot of marketing and a lot of trips to other places around the globe, but Mongolia has been a major focus for us, not only in the commodity space, but also in terms of the overall infrastructure, the entire ecosystem, I believe, that supports the growth of and the growth of wealth and the creation of wealth here overall, and also in the other industries that support that growth in the commodity space and Mongolia's increased presence in the world right now.
Okay. Just a general question to finish it off then. Could you comment on the general strategy of the Hong Kong exchange, and how do you try to position yourselves amongst your peers and maybe eventually versus the mainland?
Sure. Well, first of all, just taking the mainland question to begin with, we're not in competition with the mainland exchanges. What we have MOUs in place with both the Shanghai and the Shenzhen stock exchanges. I think it's more of a friendly cooperation or a friendly competition at some level, more than anything else. And in the latest 5-year plan issued by the Chinese central government, it's been made very clear that they continue to see Hong Kong as a major important financial center for the foreseeable future. They see it as a major services center, as a major financial center. And so that, I think, places us very well, at least in the midterm, to continue to perform a major function as the Asian regional financial center and as one of the major global financial centers as well. So in terms of our positioning, I can speak from the issuer marketing side. Really what we're doing is we're focused on attracting quality companies, quality international companies to the Hong Kong exchange. If you look at 3 years ago in 2007, 85% of the funds raised, IPO funds raised in Hong Kong, were raised by mainland-related enterprises. If you look last year in 2010, 45% of the funds raised were raised by international companies. And so we're going to continue to focus on, obviously, continuing the strength that we have in mainland China and attracting listings. But more importantly, or equally importantly, we're going to continue to focus on building out our international listings business as well. This is a key aspect of what we plan on doing going forward, and that's why I was brought to the exchange. The other thing that I would say is that we're also very focused on the RMB fundraising. We've been designated as the offshore center for RMB internationalization, and we continue to work on capitalizing on that advantage. We believe that we have not only first mover advantage in that space, but also as part of China, although separate legal systems and separate financial systems, we believe that as part of China, we are uniquely positioned to take advantage of the internationalization of the RMB. Whether that be through RMB IPOs, whether that be through secondary offerings in Chinese yuan or RMB currency, we think that we're well positioned to do that. We've proven our operational readiness to do so, and we expect to see several more companies raising RMB in their IPOs as well as in secondaries.
Okay. Mr. Landheer, thank you very much, and we hope to see you again at the Frontier conference next year, hopefully after a few successful IPOs.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.